Hello students, today we are going to learn a poem on killing a tree, Unit 8 from Beehive. The poem on killing a tree has been taken from Jeev Patel's anthology named Poems. The poem is a graphic picture of man's cruelty towards the tree, which symbolizes nature. Now about the poet, this poet, that is Jeev Patel, is an Indian poet and playwright. His first play was called Princess and it was performed in 1971. He was born in Mumbai and educated at Grant Medical School. He briefly worked as a medical examiner in rural Gujarat before moving back to Mumbai. He currently resides in Mumbai and practices medicine. He is also a painter, and as one of the contemporary Indian artists, he has been a part of exhibitions around the world. Now, the poem on killing a tree was one of the poems of his poetry collection named Poems, published in 1966. This collection was launched by Nizam Azikil, and most of Patel's poems center on the human body. On Killing a Tree too is one such poem. It paints a vivid and brutal picture of what is involved in killing a tree. So through this poem, he tells us that killing a tree is a difficult and time-consuming process, and simply stabbing it with a knife is not enough to kill it. So a tree grows straight out the earth, getting its nourishment from the nutrients found in the earth, along with the years of sunlight, water and air. So the poet here has used sarcasm and to bring a kind of awareness towards our cruelty, towards what we showed our cruelty towards the trees. And also, though we are cutting down the trees, we are actually we are promoting deforestation for our own selfish interests. So he's indirectly telling us we need to circumvent the habit of cutting down the trees. We have to put a stop to this barbaric treatment we have shown towards the trees. Now let's begin to understand the poem, starting from the first stanza. It takes much time to kill a tree. Not a simple jab of the knife will do it. It has grown slowly, consuming the earth, rising out of it, feeding upon its crust, absorbing years of sunlight, air, water, and out of its leprous hide, sprouting leaves. So here it tells us that killing a tree is not easy. It is very time consuming. A jab of knife is not enough. Just a blow of knife is not enough. A tree grows straight out the earth, nourishing itself on the nutrients found in the earth, so along with years of sunlight, water and air. And even though the bark looks irregular and scaly, leaves and branches sprout out of it. So hack and chop, but this alone won't do it. Not so much pain will do it. The bleeding bark will heal, and from close to the ground will rise curled green twigs, miniature boughs, which, if unchecked, will expand again to former size. The hack of a knife or an axe or chopping off a bough is not enough to bring a tree down. These jabs may inflict pain on the tree, but the pain is not enough to kill it. The bleeding bark, the part where it has been wounded or where a bough is chopped off, will heal with time. New green twigs will grow again. Boughs chopped off will be replaced by new boughs, and which will grow into their former size. No, the root is to be pulled out of the anchoring earth. It is to be roped, tied, and pulled out, snapped out, or pulled out entirely, out from the earth cave, and the strength of the tree exposed. The source, white and wet, the most sensitive hidden for years inside the earth. So in this stanza, the poet explains how a tree could be killed. He says, to kill a tree, its roots have to be, pulled out. The root, which is the source of a tree's life, must be pulled out of its cave in order to mortally harm the tree. By earth cave, the poet means the point deep inside the earth where the root is attached, or to which the root is attached. So once the center, the life source, the root is exposed, the tree becomes vulnerable. The source is described as white and wet, probably alluding to tree sap, which is a white liquid. Then the matter of scorching and choking in sun and air, browning, hardening, twisting, withering, and then it is done. So the exposed life source, which when left open to the sun and air, will be scorched due to the heat, and the air won't be able to reach the scorched places to relieve it of the heat. Slowly it will start to become brown with all the softness fading out, leaving a hard, lifeless remainder behind. With time, it will start to wither, become dry and bent out of shape, leaving a corpse where a tree used to be. In short, the exposure will leave the root vulnerable to all vagaries of weather, which will ultimately weaken the tree and kill it. So the poet here works on so many levels. So we will try to understand more about the poem. The theme, as we all know, is to create a kind of awareness in our minds that trees are living beings just like others. And he criticizes us as we destroy all the trees for agriculture, urbanization, and industrialization. Okay, so we always strike them, but they take all kinds of attacks and wounds in their stride, but refuse to die. They help us in preserving our environment. So it's an need of the hour that we prevent the certain disaster of our planet. So this much for today's class. Next time we will try to find out the other literary devices and other aspects of the poem. So by then,